Bang! Neeves Knives. I'm Jared. My lovely wife, Kara, is at work. She should be home here pretty soon. Today, we are going to do a knife talk episode. And I'm probably going to be doing a bunch of knife talk episodes this week. So if you have a topic that you would like to hear me talk about, let me know down in the comments. I'm definitely up for suggestions. Because I'm going to do a whole bunch this week. You could possibly call it Knife Talk Week. I don't know. I do have a whole bunch of great, amazing content coming up. All of these knives are going to either are reviewed or are going to be reviewed. And this episode is just me kind of rambling. I'm going to talk about who knows what I'm going to talk about. But I will say, though, this weekend on the live, we are giving away another knife on Saturday. So hopefully we see you guys there every Wednesday and Saturday at 7:30 p.m. Central Time. We do a live if you ever want to hang out. So, knife talk. I'm probably just going to ramble on. If you want to sit and listen to me ramble, please do. So, I find that there's a lot of knives, obviously, that I get my hands on that I can't afford. Right? And I'm blessed that so many people donate to the channel and send knives for review and give us stuff to give away and donate money and, do donations during lives. I mean, we are truly, truly blessed, and we thank all of you. And some of the knives that I get to experience, I know I can't afford, right? So I'm blessed that I get to experience them. So what I do to kind of feed myself that thing, of like, I want that, right? Like, I want it. I want it bad. So what I do is I try to find the closest thing I can find. And I know that won't work for some people, because for some people it might be about the designer or that specific one, like no other. But for me, if I can't afford it, I want to get the closest thing possible, even though I know it's not it. But maybe or it's kind of like the Snex right here, right? To get an actual Snex knife, like not a we made one, but an actual Snex knife, it is very, very expensive, like $7,000, even higher. I don't even know how much, because it's too expensive for me to even look up, but it's expensive, and I know that. So, but in order to, if you're somebody who wants to get a Snex knife but you can't afford it, you have the opportunity to get one through which it's not obviously built by Snex, but it's his design, which I think is amazing. And I kind of do that myself, even though it's not the actual person's design. And sometimes it is. Sometimes you're actually just looking for that custom maker's design, maybe done by a production company of some sort. But sometimes, like, I can't, that's not going to happen. So I'll do things like say, like this, right? I want the titanium milling, right? I really love milled titanium. I love titanium that just looks like it has nice grip. So maybe I'll find it in a cheaper knife, and then if I want the colors, I'll just anodize it myself, like something like that. And it fills that little itch I have with getting that milled titanium. And this might not work for everybody, but I feel like a lot of people do get that. This knife right here, man, I really like this thing. Even though on paper, this is not my style. It's really not. The blade is, but I don't like all these holes like this, especially all the way through. But for whatever reason, after getting it in hand, I love this knife. I really, really do. I like this knife a lot. This is an amazing knife. Amazing. The ergos on it, I feel like, are fantastic. The blade shape, the grind, this thing's awesome. Now, something like this is, on paper, my style. But I didn't take advantage of it when I could have. Now, on paper, this is exactly my style. Straight back design, neutral handle, Nice, good access to the lock bar, drop point blade with a beautiful hollow grind. Could be bigger, but on paper, this is my style. And I fell in love with the Gareth Bull Chamoises when I first saw them, knowing I couldn't afford them. Then when this thing came out, I was close to getting it. I really was. But there was like just reasons why I didn't. I'm not going to get into it. But I could have experienced it, you know, by getting that. Now, I tend to, because I'm not going to get a Gareth Bull Chamois, I tend to look for designs that closely resemble that. It's a pretty neutral design in all reality, but I love this type of, you know, just the type of getup. Just like when I saw this this one knife with it had a micarta overlays with a titanium bolster. Then I started looking for that. I haven't been able to find it yet. I haven't been able to get it, but I did get a couple carbon fiber ones. So I didn't get the micarta one I wanted. I hope I didn't say, because sometimes I accidentally say carbon fiber when I mean micarta and blah, blah, blah. So I was seeking out the micarta handled knife with titanium bolsters, but I couldn't find it, so I wound up getting carbon fiber. Now I do have the 223 out there with Shaker MT. When I get it back, I might possibly just either purchase some micarta and make it myself or something like that. So I don't mind doing mods and changing things to make it how I want. You know, kind of like this knife. I loved this knife even with the flipper tab. But but like for right now, like I'm really into knives that I can get my finger right there under the blade for whatever reason. I'm just into it. So I cut off the doggone flipper tab. Now, a lot of these knives came, talking about the Giant Mouse Ace Biblio, they were pretty inconsistent, especially the older ones. Some of them had light detents, some of them had too strong of detents. Ours came with way too strong of a detent, and the lockup was not secure. After fidgeting with it and using it and everything, it did break in, and then the detent weakened up. So the detent was perfectly strong enough for me to use the flipper tab. I had no other reason to cut that flipper tab off except for the fact that I wanted some good ergos on it. So I did it. Now, you know, the Sebenza. I could probably afford a Sebenza, and I really want one. I love this Sebenza. I love it, love it, love it. But I really can't afford it. And what I'm trying to say is that, yeah, I could not buy 3 knives and probably get a Sebenza, and it would do me good, but it wouldn't do the channel any good. And I know sometimes I buy things for myself, but I also try to think about the channel when I do it. So thinking of that, it wouldn't do me any good no matter how bad I want a Sebenza. It wouldn't do the channel any good. Now, you know, I feel like these 2 knives right here, I feel like this is the 20, I think I said this in another video, but I feel like this is the 2020 version of the Sebenza. I know this is a lot more expensive, but it's on bearings. The action is very smooth. The thumb studs are better, but it is far more expensive. But I just feel, it just kind of makes me feel like that's like what people think of like a 2020 version of a Sebenza. But the Sebenza on paper is exactly my knife. It really is. Between the, like here, even look at this. Let's do this again. Look at this. I even said bigger, right? Look at that. And then I'm left-handed. Come on. I mean, this is even my size, but I really can't afford one, and the only way I could afford one is for me to not buy knives for the channel for quite some time. And then that will stop me from being able to do a giveaway. Like it would just prevent a lot of things, even though you guys are amazing and really support everything I do on the channel. And I love that about you guys. I love that you guys really help keep things on this channel. You guys help donate stuff for me to give away, for us to keep. You guys are the best. I can't even express it, but you guys are definitely the best people out of any community, out of any channel. I don't care what any channel says. They probably all say the same thing. No channel has subscribers like you guys. I can guarantee it. You guys are amazing. But no, I didn't mean to say but after that. I was just going to keep talking about knives. Kind of got a little sobby there for a second. Yeah, but I do try to find what stirs my itch, gets me content on the channel, plus, like maybe I can make it like that thing, and I know a lot of us do that. And it does, it doesn't get you that one thing. And yeah, of course, you would love to be able to get that thing, whatever it is. But it at least gets it close enough. It at least gets you maybe that same blade shape with the same grind, maybe with the same frame, stuff like that. This little duckling, man, this thing has some of the most unique, addicting, best action I've ever felt on thumb studs. I have never felt thumb studs as good as this. And I know that we were kind of talking about this knife, because this knife's thumb studs are amazing. I'm not taking anything away from these thumb studs. These thumb studs are crazy good. But this Cody Usler, I think I'm pronouncing, man, I never can say that right. Cody Usler duckling is stupid good. I cannot express how good this action is on thumb studs. Like, no, whatever you're thinking in your head for action, times it by 10. The detent is so crisp, you can easily slow roll it. Listen. The middle finger flicking action is the best I've ever felt on thumb studs. This thing is so cool. Put it this way, it's the kind of thumb studs, I don't know if you can understand this, but this would make sense to me if I was you. It's the type of thumb studs that you don't have to actually press. You can be pressing right here and just touch the side of your thumb and it shoots out. Like, it is crazy, crazy good. I really like that damn duckling. I wish it had the same blade shape as the duck, because this blade shape right there, that's my style. That's my style right there. Love it, love it, love it. I like a lot of these blade shapes on here. But yeah, we are definitely lucky to be into knives right now. Whoever's watching, if anybody's even still listening, they're listening to us. The knife companies are listening to us. Think about it. We started bitching about grinds and blade geometry. They started making it better. At least some of the companies. I'm not going to say all the companies. Some companies just seem like you can scream at them. Every channel can say the same thing, and they just won't do it. I don't know why, but there are companies out there that are doing everything possible to get you what you want. Like, I remember even Tucson, okay? Tucson, of all companies, Tucson. Like, I'm not saying everybody was complaining, but one of the complaints was the blade geometry. Their blade geometry is some of the best flat grinds I've ever seen from a company. Even better than knives that are way far more expensive. I mean, they get down to so thin behind the edge. And they give you the steels that you want too. They were doing D2. Then everybody was like, man, I wish it was 14C28N. Bam, there you go, 14C28N. And they do it better than some other companies. I'm not going to sit here and name names. No, I will name names. They even do it better than Kershaw's American, their USA line. They do. their 14C28N is killing it. I find that Tucson's 14C28N right now is beating a lot of companies, S30, S35, and even some companies M390. Now their S90V and M390, for whatever reason, the HRC is hitting. It's hitting the good mark, but for whatever reason, it's just not doing great on the cut tests. Now that being said, I think some of it has to do with how new. I think when they first started, I think that it wasn't as good. I think possibly if you get a new one now and test it, I think it might do better than before. Like I feel like this one's an M390 and I feel like it's fine. I don't have any problems with it. Although I have not done an actual cut test with it. So, but to me, these are both an M390, both of them. But they both seem like that they're just as good. Like they seem like they're pretty similar. Yeah, like I said, I'd have to do cut tests to really know. Anyways, we're getting close to 16 minutes. I'm not going to keep going on this, but I do have a whole bunch of actual knife talk episodes coming up this week. Also, lots of amazing reviews. I love you guys. Peace. Oh, hey, whoever's still here. If you do have some ideas that you'd like to hear about or like for me to talk about, let me know down in the comments. Peace.